So बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स चल रही थी रिगार्डिंग कि हमारा क्लैट 2027 का सिलेबस क्या वही रहेगा, क्या वो चेंज रहेगा। एक्सपर्ट कमेटी बैठी थी एंड बहुत ज्यादा कंफ्यूजन था। तो आज हम इसको अच्छे से रिजॉल्व कर लेते हैं। देखिए, जो फाइनली द डिसीजन दैट हैज कम अप फ्रॉम द एक्सपर्ट कमिटी, देयर वोंट बी एनी चेंजेस इन द क्लैट 2027 syllabus. It would be a 5-section examination. You're going to find those 5 sections only that we have been practicing, right? English, be English language, logical reasoning, quantitative techniques, legal reasoning, or current affairs and general knowledge. All those 5 sections would be there. However, we are also looking forward to, in the expert committee as it is written, and also it is also inviting comments from students and different stakeholders regarding whether changes should be made to CLAT 2028 paper. Because the major purpose of the committee was to make sure that whatever mistakes that CLAT had been committing over the past years, CLAT Consortium had been committing over the past years, are not repeated again. And also in order to streamline the paper as per LNAT and LSAT exam patterns, right? So what they have proposed, and you can also see the sample questions that they have provided, is that CLAT, instead of a 5-section paper, is going to be a 3-section paper. They're completely going to remove the current affairs in the general knowledge section. Again, this has not been finalized, but this is what they are proposing for CLAT 2028, that they're going to remove the current affairs in the general knowledge section completely. Okay, logical reasoning section and legal reasoning section is going to be combined together. You're going to have questions from both of these sections together under a single section. You're going to have English language section as it was already there before, and you're going to have quantitative techniques, right? So again, it is going to be a mixture, a combination, a culmination of different kinds of concept, data interpretation, etc., etc. What we have been seeing over the past years. Sample questions have already been provided and released. So this is the thing that they are going to streamline the CLAT exam as per different law entrance exams across the country to make sure that students also across the world, so that students develop the critical reasoning skills that are required to become a lawyer. So therefore, they are planning to change the exam pattern of CLAT and going ahead from 5-section paper to a 3-section paper. This is what they have been proposing. If you are somebody who would like to comment or maybe give their opinion based on whether the current affairs or the general knowledge section should be removed or not, or whether you're happy with this particular 3-section examination or not, then you are free to comment, and the link is finally live. Go ahead. Also trying to reduce the number of questions that come in CLAT, because if they're adding more and more critical reasoning questions, then at the end of the day, you would require more time in order to answer those questions. You would need more time, right, to think over a particular answer and question. It cannot be 1 minute per question. So yeah, so of course, their thing is also right that if they're removing the current affairs section and they're adding, let's say, making the critical reasoning question more like a little bit complex, then they're also providing time to the students. This is also alright, but I feel honestly that they can reduce the number of questions, but completely removing the current affairs and general knowledge section would not be very fair. Honestly, what I think personally regarding removing the current affairs in the general knowledge section, what we have been seeing over the past years, what CLAT Consortium has been doing, especially with respect to the past 3 of papers, we see that they have been giving the general knowledge and current affair questions, and that is not solid questions what conventional CLAT used to give before 2024, right? They used to give solid questions. You had to apply your mind. Again, whether it requires rote learning or not, that's the purpose of current affairs, right? You have to rote learn things. Only then only current affairs would be solved. But again, you had some clarity that, okay, questions can come. Let's say this particular topic, BRICS is there. What can come in BRICS? So these things were there. Okay, I need to learn when it was founded, the founding members, in which year, at which place, etc., etc. But so what we have been observing from like since 2024 onwards is that the kinds of questions that they have been giving, it's not that, okay, I can rote learn, I can recall the answer, and then I'm going to pick the answer in my OMR. It is not like that. It is I have to read the whole passage, right? The GK or the current affairs section has become similar to the reading comprehension section, right? I just need to read the passage. I need to find the answers to the questions. I don't have to use those particular things which I had actually thought that I would learn by rote learning, right? So what we have been saying is not a proper or a conventional current affairs or a general knowledge section. What they should do rather is not to remove this section completely, but yeah, what they can do is that they should make sure that they're giving conventional questions of GK and current affairs that they used to give before 2024. Because what we have been seeing is that students waste a lot of time in GK and current affairs. Something which can already be solved, let's say, in 15 minutes, takes around 30 minutes because they have to go through passages in order to produce answers to it. What they can do is they can frame the questions properly rather than just reading the passages and picking the answers. It should be something that, okay, passages give you a general idea and there are solid questions which are asked, factual, that you're able to tick mark. At least, not all the students have that critical reasoning skills. At times, critical reasoning skills are also developed during the course of the law school, right? And students before that are not in the position because, of course, the education system in India is not that well equipped that basically equips the particular student with critical reasoning skills, just like other countries outside. What we have been following since the very childhood was that we used to just rote learn things. So the GK and current affairs should be a part of the examination because, of course, otherwise it would be a very difficult. You need some kind of balance in the paper. If you have current affairs and general knowledge section, you have again critical reasoning questions. You also have questions pertaining from maths. So in that case, obviously, it is going to create a balance in the paper, and that is more fair. So this is what I believe.
Make sure you follow this particular Instagram page. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel of the PSO entrance exam by your coach Bakul Anspal. This is Bakul Anspal, the founder and the CEO of this particular ethics startup. Bye.